Welcome to another day of our Christmas devotionals. Our passage is found in Luke chapter 1, verses 5 to 10. This is how Dr. Luke began his account of the life of Jesus. In the days of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah of the division of Abijah, and he had a wife from the daughters of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. And they were both righteous before God, walking blamelessly in all the commandments and the statutes of the Lord. But they had no child, because Elizabeth was barren, and both were advanced in years. Here are two ordinary people, both from the tribe of Levi. Both were righteous, godly, devout people serving the Lord. They were both advanced in years, and yet they had no child. They prayed, they hoped, they waited until they gave up. I could only imagine how it is to pray earnestly and wait for something as precious as a child, the one who will complete a husband and wife's union to become a family. There would be many days of longing and many nights of tears. Honestly, we are really never good at waiting. When we ask God, we want Him to answer in our own terms, in our own ways, and in our own time. Normally, people would have been discouraged and may turn cold towards God for their unanswered prayers. But Zechariah still continued on, serving God by fulfilling his priestly duties. Now, while he was serving as priest before God, when his division was on duty, according to the customs of the priesthood, he was chosen by lot to enter the temple of the Lord and burn incense. And the whole multitude of the people were praying outside at the hour of incense. Being chosen to serve in the holy temple can only happen once in a lifetime. And this was the day God chose to answer his servant's prayer. Zechariah and Elizabeth waited for a child until they grew tired and hopeless. Do you remember those who were in the same predicament before? Yes, it was Abraham and Sarah. Well, you see, when God is about to do something great, He would begin by doing the impossible. A barren old lady and a virgin girl gives birth to fulfill God's plan of salvation. God promised that He will make Abraham into a great nation. Abraham had to wait 25 years before he could see its fulfillment begin in Isaac's birth. God promised His people the Messiah, and that there will be someone who will prepare the way of the Lord. Isaiah the prophet records this in Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. A voice of the one calling, "In the wilderness prepare the way for the Lord. Make straight desert a highway for our God." Zechariah and Elizabeth has a boy named John. It is through the encounter with John the Baptist that Jesus Christ started His ministry on earth, as recorded in the Gospels. Isaiah wrote this down 400 years before Jesus came. What is our attitude while waiting? Ask an elderly living alone, waiting for his family and friends to visit. Ask a worker waiting in anticipation of a promotion or dismissal. Ask a businessman waiting for a deal to push through. Ask a mother waiting for her children to sleep. Ask a sick person waiting for a doctor's diagnosis. Ask a driver waiting for the traffic lights to turn green. Ask a prisoner waiting for his conviction. Ask a soldier waiting for a call that the war is over. Ask a young man waiting for his girlfriend to say yes and accept his proposal. Or a teenager waiting to see their friends again. And ask a child waiting for Christmas Day to open their presents. Each scenario would yield different results depending on the attitude of the person. What about you? How would you wait? Waiting on God requires patience and confidence. God is never late. He is always on time. God is never surprised. He is always in control. May we keep in mind that our God is present even in our waiting. Knowing who God is helps us to rely on His promises and to trust in His plans. Remember, it is worth the wait. Merry Christmas.